Jordan. Who was apple picking when they came across a snake? It tried to tempt them into eating one of the lovely ripe fruits, to which they answered, yeah, I was gonna. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. And out of spite, never ate an apple again.
Marilyn Monroe?
No. Two guys. Hello, and welcome to episode 121 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where I can't be tempted. I'm untemptable. But this guy would sell his mortal soul at the drop of a hat, given the chance simply for a new guitar. It's Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And can I just say, you spoke about apples at the beginning.
Okay.
And I couldn't go back to anything other than an Apple computer.
Good to know.
The reason being is that my wife's friend has got issues with her Windows computer.
Yep.
And I currently have it sat on my dining room table.
Just laughing at it.
Just lobbing shit at it.
Apples, trying to convert it.
Yeah. It's really sluggish and it's horrible. And it just made me realise just how much I hate it.
Yeah.
And also, little things like the keyboard layout is super throwing me for my muscle memory.
Oh, is it one of those ones where it's not QWERTY, it's just a normal alphabet, like starts at A in the top left corner?
It's all in Chinese, it's weird. You know, like, we've got the command key, like, for copy and paste and stuff.
Yep.
Like, command C and so on. And they, of course, they use the control key, and it's just in a different location, and it just throws me off.
Oh,
it's weird.
Disgusting.
Anyway, that aside, Ian, it's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it, in podcast recording time?
It has. We're back. Finally.
Yeah. It was Easter break.
It was. Yeah.
You've just had 2 weeks of your joyous children.
Debatable, yeah.
Running around you constantly.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
To be honest, I like my holidays.
Nice.
Because of my wife's work, she gets the holidays off with the children.
Yeah, lazy bugger.
Whenever it comes to these kinds of holidays like Easter, summer, the big ones, a lot of other people are like, oh, I've got to sort childcare, or I'm on my own for 2 weeks with the kids, don't know what to do kind of thing. But I get backup.
I get you. Yeah, that's good.
So it's good, and due to my work schedule, because of the way we have to work it for the children when they are at school, during the week, I'm pretty much off because I only work evenings.
Yes.
So I get all week off with the kids and the wife, and it's like we're all just on one giant holiday together, and we can do things like go on days out and go for walks and enjoy whatever weather we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you get up to anything exciting?
No, just stayed in.
Fair enough.
We took one look outside and we thought, that's a bit too sunny for us.
Yeah.
Of course, I am joking. No, we went on plenty of days out. We went to farms and play parks and...
More farms,
yeah. And do you know what I've discovered? I discovered this last summer, and I couldn't wait for these holidays this year where it starts to get sunny, where we start going back to these farm shops, specifically because I have realised that farm shops sell alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I know that sounds really bad, but let me explain.
Fair enough.
It's not the alcohol that you get in shops. So you can go to these places, you can get like specialty rums and vodkas and like cool ales and things like that.
Yeah.
And I discovered it last year when I spoke to you about, we went to the Waldies.
Oh, yeah.
And I got those Wold Top beers.
Wold Top Brewery.
That's the guy. And I thought, this is fucking cool. And then we went to another place and I spent a ridiculous amount of money on getting some alcohol ready for us to sit and do our guys and drinks first recording.
Oh, yeah. You told me that. Yeah. Nice.
They're expensive. So for the price I told you I spent, which I'll probably reveal when we finally get round to recording the Guys and Drinks video, it's not that much, but it's going to be interesting.
I cannot wait. We just need to arrange a time, don't we, where all other responsibilities can be put onto somebody else.
Precisely, yeah, and cameras. We need cameras.
We do. That's quite a big deal.
So if anybody out there in the Two Guys What's Up community has a couple of cameras that, maybe you decided to start a YouTube channel and then you thought, you know what, this ain't for me. I'll just put this camera back in its box on the shelf. If you want to donate that to me, Jordan can buy his own. He's rich, it's fine. But, if you want to donate yours to me, that'd be great.
That would be really helpful, because that is the one thing at the moment that is just holding us back.
It really is. It really is.
But we'll get there. So it sounds like you've had a lovely time.
It's been a fantastic little break.
Very good. And I must say as well, I've enjoyed mine, because I actually actually ended up having a bit of an overnight stay in York with the wife.
What was it? Hands up, who asked? Anyone?
What, sorry?
No? Oh, sorry, no, no one asked me. Should we just move on?
Fine.
Oh, no, wait, sorry, no.
No, that's it, I'm off now.
My therapist has been telling me to be a bit more polite and be receptive to other people.
Get a different therapist, it's not working.
They're trying their hardest, okay? They have a hard job. Sorry, Jordan, please go on. Tell me, how was your break, mate?
No, that's it, you've had it.
I want to know now.
Right, what are you doing today?
I can't continue unless you tell me.
Well, I'm afraid we're in stalemate then, aren't we?
You say you stayed at some pork or something?
Some pork.
Stayed in a big leg of pork, was it?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it was a lovely loin.
I got a lovely loin.
So yeah, I ended up staying overnight in York with my wife.
Oh, York. That makes sense, sorry.
It was a little kind of getaway. It was lovely. And it just made me laugh at the little B&B that we stayed at. It was a bit crap, really.
Oh,
and
no.
The waste paper bin was just lined with a Tesco carrier bag.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but the thing that is ironic is that is surely going to cost them more than just getting a pack of caddy liners.
Yeah, you're probably right, to be fair.
Because they're like 30p now.
They are, yeah.
Crazy. And anyway, we ended up getting a taxi to go to a restaurant. And on the way back, we got a taxi back to the hotel. And we get out, we pay the guy, and we cross the road to our B&B. And as we approach the door of the B&B, behind us, we hear this...
Right.
And we're like, gingerly turn around and look. And it was only that this taxi driver reversed out of the one-way street and hit a lamppost.
Oh, God.
So we just turned back around and thought, F it, we didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
It was just so awkward. You could tell that he would be fuming about it. It was a thud.
When you said you heard that thud, I honestly imagined, I don't know why, but you turning around and just the maitre d', just getting up off the floor, hello, I'm here to assist you in any way possible. It's really, really good on customer service. Oh, they're here, get out quickly.
Yeah. Just bash through the door and whack our noses.
Burst out through the window above you, land behind you, mince in hand.
Yeah, nice. Oh, it was just really awkward. I could just imagine being in that taxi driver's position and being like, here we go.
Yeah, that is the most annoying thing. When you've got something to do, you've got somewhere to be, you're doing something else, and all of a sudden something happens that is going to make you have to stop and pause for a good couple hours because you're like, fuck's sake.
Yeah. Admittedly, he didn't get out to check it.
Oh, did he not?
I think it was just a denial thing.
Yeah, he's probably thinking the same thing as you. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. If I just drive off, it never happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a person, so...
Made me laugh. So other than that, it was a glorious time away.
Lovely.
And just as a bit of a side note, by the way, remember last episode, if we can remember so far back ourselves in real lifetime.
Okay, yeah.
When I did the bit about Fesshole.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yep.
Since then, I just need to let you know that somebody wrote on Fesshole, haven't paid my electricity bill in 12 years. I don't have a smart meter and registered under a false name when I moved in.
Oh, God.
So far, not great. Every 8 months or so, I tell Octopus I'm a new tenant, give them another false name, and tell them the last tenant did a runner, and they write the bill off. Okay, so, yeah, not great. I'm not suggesting anybody does this. But maybe be careful about what you write to Fesshole, because Octopus replied to the thread.
Oh, God.
They, first of all, reply with a little emoji of a suited-up detective holding a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great. And then they reply, should be pretty easy to track down, locking in.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, be careful, everybody. If you do indeed do a fest, maybe don't list specifics.
Yeah. You're done for. He's now actually going to have to do a runner.
Yeah.
I hope all these times that he's told Octopus that he's done this runner, or that the previous tenant has, that he's come up with some kind of story so that he's at least gone through it in his mind and practiced it, because now he's going to have to live it.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for people.
Anyway.
Shall we move forward?
Let's fucking do it, pal. So, Jordan, what have you got coming up for us today?
Well, Ian, today I have a bit of a kind of unusual one, or a fascinating one, I think, which is death row last meals.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you were planning this.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. I think it lets you into a bit of an insight of what the people were like, which I dare say probably not great people, but there you go.
I dare say it takes a certain type of person to end up on death row, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So that is what I will be going through today. Not the actual death and last meal thing, not me personally.
Thank God, because I need you.
But that is the subject of today's topic.
Nice.
So what on earth have you got for us?
Well, Jordan, today I have a little follow-on from our bonus episode this month.
Oh, yes.
I told you about a terrifying cryptid encounter that was experienced in the Ohio River.
Oh, yes, I do recall.
So to set things up for today, when you think about a river, you think it'd just be that. Some water, some fish, maybe a few questionable things floating in it. But the Ohio River, that one in particular, well, that's far from a normal body of liquid. This stretch of water may as well be called the haunted spinal cord of the eastern US. Bit of a longer name, but perhaps more accurate, because weird stuff has been happening along it for centuries. Ghosts, monsters, UFOs, entire cursed towns. It's all showing up today because that is what I'm going to be telling you about.
Excellent. I am very excited to hear about this, whatever spinal cord ghostly thing.
To be honest, me too, because I wrote this 4 weeks ago.
Okay, so it'll be like new to you now.
Exactly, and due to the fact that, we haven't been able to record, and what we did have recorded, we were kind of trying to bash out.
And the dementia kicking in.
Yeah, precisely, yeah, that's been going on for a while now. I haven't had time to read through this script.
Oh, shit.
You know what you're in for.
Oh, God.
That's why I came up early, because we're fucked, essentially.
I thought you were very prompt today.
Yeah, up at 15:15. I'm off to get ready, pal.
It's like, oh, shit, even I'm not ready.
Yeah, I just knew you had to be out of here by a certain time, so I'm trying for you.
I appreciate that. Should we go for it?
Let's go! The Ohio River stretches for almost 1,000 miles, weaving through 6 states and some of the oldest settlements in the country. Native American tribes, like the Shawnee and the Miami, considered parts of this river sacred, but some of it cursed.
Okay.
They told stories of giant serpents and spirits in the water, and once settlers moved in, they even started seeing these things too. And right up until today, the strangeness hasn't stopped. First up, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. On November 15th, 1966, 2 young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Stephen Mary Mallet, were driving near an old TNT area, which was a former World War II munitions site just outside of Point Pleasant. Around midnight, they saw a tall figure, 6 to 7 feet tall, with glowing red eyes and 10-foot wings.
My dad. Nice.
Hey, Pops, he's doing his job. Watching over the munitions site. Linda said, "It was shaped like a man, but with wings. It followed us in the car. We were going over 100 miles an hour trying to get away, and it was still keeping up."
So, was this in America or Yorkshire?
That is an American accent, isn't it?
Well, let's pretend so. In some other alternate universe it is.
Well, yeah, it's all relevant today, alternate universes, all that paranormal stuff, so why not?
Oh, you're just bringing it all in.
I am, just every aspect of the paranormal. Come on, gather round, have a little sit down with us.
Lovely.
Tell Jordan how much you want to haunt him.
And the backbone. Oh, was it backbone? I can't remember what you
It was the
used.
spinal cord!
The spinal cord. That's the one.
That same night, Deputy Milford Halstead filed their official report, but they weren't the only ones who encountered it. Over 100 people claimed to see what later became known as the Mothman!
Oh.
Then, on December 15th, the Silver Bridge collapsed during rush hour, killing 46 people, and some believe that these Mothman sightings were an omen of the impending doom. But this story definitely warrants a deeper look because there's all sorts of crazy stories that comes along with it, such as Men in Black, alien sightings, high strangeness, all sorts of weirdness. So when I get a bit more chance, I'll look into that a bit more proper.
Okay, lovely.
But it's definitely relevant today. But back to the river. And up next, we have the Loveland Frogman.
Okay.
Ever heard of this guy?
Ribbit?
No, River, not Ribbit.
I haven't. Is he called Freddo?
Oh, wait, if he was, mate, he'd be hunted like a dog. Paranormal investigators might be looking for him, but if he was called Mr. Freddo with a caramel centre, I don't think he'd have a chance of hiding because people will be like, give me that free Freddo.
Okay.
Because, they used to be like 5p, and now they're like 20 or 30p.
They are, right? That's inflation for you.
Exactly. But if you could find a giant one for free...
Yeah. Delicious.
So the first sighting goes back to May of 1955. A travelling businessman never officially named, claimed that he saw 3 humanoid, oh f***ing hell, there's 3 of them, frog-like creatures standing under a bridge near the Little Miami River. They were around 4 feet tall, nice, delicious, with leathery skin and frog faces.
Right, okay.
One of them, he said, raised a wand that sparkled blue light.
Oh, this is like the Harry Potter thing.
Okay, one of them, he said, raised a willy that sparkled blue light.
Perfect.
Fast forward to March 3rd, 1972, Loveland police officer Ray Shockey said that he was very shocked when he was driving along Riverside Drive at 1 a.m. when a creature darted across the road. He described it as a large, crouched figure with leathery skin and frog-like features. Sorry, Freddo-like features.
Oh, yes, there you go.
Deliciously goody, gooey chocolate. 2 weeks later, Officer Mark Matthews saw it too, and this time, he fired his weapon, later claiming that it was just like an escaped iguana, but that didn't stop the sightings. In August 2016, it popped up again! A local teen, Sam Jacobs, and his girlfriend were playing Pokemon Go, Lake Isabella.
Did you say Nick?
Lake, I hope so. I'll tell you what, I'll go back. Pokemon Go, near Lake Isabella, when they saw what he described as a giant frog standing on 2 legs, watching them from the waterline. And Dorden, don't say a word.
Okay.
I know I called you Norden. It's irrelevant.
I'm sure you said Nick, Isabella.
Yeah, but I went over that again.
You did.
I redid that bit, just for you, bud.
Thank you.
But here, Jordan, is where the interesting evidence comes in. Briefly, but it's here. Because Sam snapped a blurry photo. And Jordan, if you scroll down, at risk of losing your place in my story, there is a photo. That photo that Sam took.
Okay, I'm scrolling.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh, terrifying.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, it's very hard to see any kind of perceived size.
Yeah, it's a frogman, obviously.
Or it's, I don't know, a little froggy in a pool and they've just stuck some lights on its eyes.
What, they got a frog, super glued some lights to its eyes.
I'm not suggesting that. It could be a Photoshop job.
And they just said to said froggy, stay there, mate. We're just going to go up on this bank and snap a little photo of you.
He would probably stay there. He'd be shocked, wouldn't he?
He would be, yeah.
Probably quite literally. Yeah, because electricity and water doesn't mix.
He's on his back. Stand up.
Figuratively and literally.
He's dead. Right. Now I've lost my place in my script.
See what I did? I was clever. I hit enter loads, so now I have a big gap.
Okay, well, thanks, Captain Hindsight. I'll remember to do that in future.
You know, what you could have done is probably stuck that photo where it was appropriate.
Well, do you know what? I found it after, so I just thought, F*** it, I'll stick it in here, because then I thought,
Okay.
I figured I was going to screenshot it and send you it that way, but I thought, no, because I've just copied it and pasted it, so I'll just, I'll let you look yourself.
That was very good forward thinking. It was just executed very poorly.
You know what? Screw you, so...
Please.
Get over here. But, Jordan, frogmen are shit compared to... the octo-man.
Oh, is this someone that speaks in different octaves?
No, he just speaks 8 different languages, confuses you.
Ah, okay.
You're like, hello, and he goes, hola. You're like, oh, God, what? Donde este? Like, any other word in a foreign language. Think of one.
No comprende. Chica.
What is that? You're confusing me. Oh, God, it's you. You're the octo-man. I knew it would happen one day. I'd start talking about a cryptid that turned out to be my co-host.
Some say I look a bit funny.
That's not all they say, pal. Just be glad that's all you know.
Yes, ignorance is bliss.
So the Octo-Man is one of the weirder, more forgotten stories from the Ohio River, but in 1959, along the river near Covington, Kentucky, multiple people reported seeing a strange, grey, bipedal creature with tentacle-like arms and bulging eyes. It is you.
Yes.
That's how you play guitar so well. You just got no bones, hitting every string on the fretboard, pal.
I mean, sometimes that's difficult because I need to silence them.
Yeah, you use one of your other tentacles.
Oh, I never thought about that. I was doing it the hard way all this time.
Oh, I'm glad you've learned. And you see, that's why we are friends, because we help each other out.
We do.
I need an orgasm. Jordan, you help me with all your tentacly hands. Great suction power. You need help playing guitar. I'm like, hey, mate, use one of your other feet.
Nice.
One of the earliest witnesses was a truck driver named George Wagner. He said that he saw a hairless, leathery-skinned creature with slimy limbs near a bridge.
They all have this leathery skin.
It's just creatures for you, mate. They're all leathery bastards. f***s. Been out in the sun too long.
Yeah, they've never heard of sort of moisturiser, have they?
SPF 50.
Yeah.
Getting a job. Just buying a house, staying indoors.
I mean, it's lost on them, really, isn't it?
Imagine if you went to Tesco and there was a Bigfoot on the self-service checkouts.
Just getting a shaver.
No, I meant working there.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant he was just getting his essentials and his links.
I was, sat there in his Tesco uniform, all buttoned up, hair poking out of every possible hole.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Tesco.
Oh, I'd like to imagine that he's got a really high-pitched voice.
Hey, guys. Come on in.
But when he laughs, it's really deep.
What's your name? Oh, name's on the tag, Bigfoot. Oh, wait. I heard you were elusive.
Could you imagine, like, oh, look, there's no price tag on this. It must be free.
That's his first day on the job, but after hearing that 10 times a day, every shift, he's just like, Yeah, it's really fucking funny, mate. Get your shopping and get out.
Again, in an alternate reality, that's the thing.
And I wish I could travel to these places to see these things. Anyway, another man whose name was withheld in newspaper reports described it as indescribable.
Brilliant.
The press dubbed it Octo-Man. And for a few months in early 1959, people around New Richmond and Cincinnati were scared to go near the water. Then, just like that, as we've heard before, the sightings just stopped.
Oh, okay.
Big on, Octo-Man.
Like a fart in the wind.
Exactly. So the Octo-Man seems to have fucked off. But we're not done with the river monsters just yet, Jordan.
Oh, right.
Way back in January 1878, a man named Ben Carrick was crossing the Roebling Bridge in Cincinnati when he spotted something massive in the river below. He told local papers that it had a head and neck protruding 12 to 15 feet above the water, covered in black, glossy hair. The body, he said, was like that of an alligator, and with its long tail, it thrashed back and forth. It made no noise, but moved so quickly that it left a foamy trail behind it. People creatively started calling this the River Demon.
Ah, okay. I mean, the Germans would definitely have a name for it.
Go on. Can you remember any of them?
End of. Oh, I've got an idea.
Oh, go on.
Oh, they called it a demon, didn't they?
Maybe they did. Are you just Google translating this? I've got an idea.
I'll tell you exactly. So they call it
Flussdämon.
Brilliant.
There you go.
See, but we'd have to call it something else, like a pissed off water splasher, because it's not just the direct translation that is the German word.
That's true. It's very descriptive, isn't it?
Yeah, beanpole water whacker.
Spritziger Bohnenstangen Wasserwichser.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, there's been no confirmed sightings of that particular beast since, the splashy whacker beanpole bastard or whatever it's called. But similar descriptions pop up every few decades. Locals in some parts of Kentucky say you can still hear the splashes at night that don't belong to any fish.
How do they know?
I don't fucking know, mate. Anyway. I guess if you've lived in that area long enough, you'll get to know what the noises sound like. And then if you hear like a massive fucking splosh, you're like, well, that's not a little carp, is it?
I suppose. It could just be Nessie.
It could, yeah. Now, monsters and cryptids aren't the only buggers that plague this river. So let's talk ghosts.
Uh-oh.
Oh, a phantom paddle steamer has been spotted from Louisville in Kentucky to Newborough in Indiana. It's usually seen on foggy nights, an old steamboat drifting silently upriver, glowing faintly like it's lit by lanterns. Witnesses say that it leaves no wake, makes no sound, and vanishes as soon as it rounds a bend. Some say it's the ghost of the Mossel, a steamboat that exploded near Cincinnati in 1838, killing over 150 people.
Wow.
And Jordan, have you ever been to Cairo, Illinois?
Never been to Illinois, full stop.
Nice. It's where the Ohio River and Mississippi rivers meet, and it should have been a major city. Instead, it's nearly abandoned. Crumbling buildings, boarded up windows, and a thick, heavy atmosphere that makes your skin crawl.
So why would I want to go?
I don't know, a little bit of fun, a little bit of a family day out, I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
Why did you want to go to York?
Because I love seeing taxi drivers reverse into poles.
And I knew one would be happening that day. Paranormal investigators report cold spots that move on their own, whispers in empty streets, and black shadows that follow you without making a sound. Cairo's history is soaked in violence, racism, and economic collapse, and some people think the town absorbed all of that negativity like a paranormal sponge. Then there's Wheeling in West Virginia. People talk about the lady in the river. The story goes that back in 1930s, a woman drowned herself after being left at the altar. Since then, dozens of locals have claimed to see her standing in the river in a white dress, sometimes crying, sometimes screaming. A fisherman in the 1970s swore that she spoke to him, asked him to come closer, before vanishing when he stepped into the water.
Oh, right, okay.
Which, you know, what's the point? Like, she's just like, I'll teach him, I'll give him soggy feet.
But yeah, and also, I mean, horrible to be left at the altar, isn't it? But
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, if she just thought that, oh, I'll drown myself, I mean, it's not going to make him want her anymore, is it? I mean, she's just making it worse.
Oh, he's just like, I'll just nip out and get her a bouquet, because I know the one that we ordered couldn't get delivered on time, so she won't mind just being left at the altar for 10 minutes. You know, she'll love the surprise. 5 minutes later, she's like, wah! Splash.
Oh, was that a carp? No, it was too big for a carp.
Oh, what no carp I ever heard of. Was it a beanpole splashy tail?
Oh, yeah.
No, far too small for that. That sounded like a jilted lover, actually. Oh, I hope that's not true.
Yes, no.
And now, Jordan, my favourite, UFOs!
Hey!
In 1973, near Galapagos, multiple people reported a dome-shaped craft rising out of the river at dusk. A retired steelworker named Jim Wells said it was like a silver dome as big as a house. No noise, just hovering. And then it shot into the sky, leaving no trace except scorched plants in the riverbank. Spooky business.
Yeah.
Police checked it out, but nothing came of it. But get this, big man.
Thank you.
It wasn't the only sighting. From the 60s to the 80s, this stretch of the river saw dozens of UFO sightings, with crafts often seen entering and exiting the water.
That is the conspiracy nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, supposedly, but I don't believe it.
Okay.
Well, you know, kind of half and half. I'm on the fence. Which brings us, rather briefly, to the green-clawed monster, an aquatic monster that allegedly attacked a woman near Evansville, Indiana in 1955, but that is the story that I went into in full in this month's bonus episode. So if you want to hear that, and 21 other fantastic bonus episodes, they are over on the Patreon right now. So for now, let's just say claws, green skin, and a spooky grab from the deep.
Ooh.
Yeah, John, you think we're done? You think we're done now?
That's
yeah?
it?
Well, guess again, guitar man.
Okay.
I'm trying to read my notes and like read the jokes that I put in like months ago. That probably would have worked, you know, had I remembered how to read them.
I mean, thankfully you spelt them correctly, otherwise you'd have had no clue.
Yeah, that is very true. That is at one point to Ian. So, John, near the Little Miami River, there's Maud Hughes Road, and it's infamous for its screaming bridge.
Ugh.
Ah, get off me! Locals claim a woman died there. Depending on who you ask, it's either by suicide or by car accident, but whatever caused it, now, at night, drivers hear a woman screaming, even if there's no one around. And stunned locals often catch glimpses of a woman in white. Phones die, car radios turn to static, and GPS's glitch.
Or as you've written, glitchy.
Is that not right?
You wouldn't have the E on there.
Yeah. I've corrected it.
GPS is glitchy.
That should have altered on your note, because I just altered it, so has it done it?
No.
Nah, bastard.
It'll be forever glitchy.
That's fine. I'm happy with that. And finally, we have the old town of Marietta in Ohio. Steeped in Civil War history, locals talk about hearing phantom drum beats, smelling smoke from non-existent campfires, and seeing soldiers in Union blues walking the streets before fading into nothing. It's said the town still echoes the trauma of the war, and the river just carries it along. So we have to ask ourselves, why the Ohio River? Maybe it's the land, maybe it's just the water, maybe it's the history, or maybe it's just a 1,000-mile-long haunted log flume ride of everything strange, tragic, and unexplained. But whatever the reason, a few things are for certain. Something weird is flowing down that river, and it's been doing it for a very long time. And Jordan, I just want to know, what do you think?
I think I need to see more evidence.
I sent
Other
you...
than a blurry, froggy picture.
That is all the evidence you require. Or else!
It looks like it could be a little toy frog with a little luminous eyes.
Okay, Mr. Little Naysayer over there, I haven't got any evidence.
Less of the little.
Sometimes you just got to believe, okay? Like Peter Pan said, believe me, or whatever his catchphrase was, I can't remember.
I mean, that's ironic because he wasn't real either.
Or was he not? Because I've got pictures. A little blurry.
Oh, have you? An animated drawing.
I drew it from memory.
Oh, did you?
Something I saw 45 years ago.
I'd love to see that.
Well, I'll sketch something up and send it your way.
Please.
You'll be like, oh my God, he's real.
But no, I don't know. There's not much in way of evidence, is there?
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
You know, there's your evidence.
But it's just a lot of hearsay.
No, because if one person was like, oh, I saw a ghost, you'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But you go to Ohio and, you know, you wander this paranormal spinal cord of the USA, one of the coasts, I can't remember which one I said, but you go there, you'll see it all. You ask everyone. You'll be talking to people, right? You'll be like, oi, what's your name? You'll be like, my name's Bill. Like, you ever seen a ghost? Yep. What's your name? My name's Phyllis. You ever seen an alien? I have, yeah. And they'll be like, you, what's your name? You'll be like, well, I'm the Loveland Frogman. You'll be like, oh, shit.
You've got luminescent eyes.
I should have guessed. You're slightly blurry.
You've got leathery skin.
Yeah, here's my pal, the Octo-Man.
Here's some E45.
I brought this just for you. So, yeah, there you go. There's some paranormal areas.
No, absolutely. I think it's an interesting idea, but I don't know. I don't buy it.
Fine, you know, you just keep sticking your head in the sand, Jordan. You'll have to come to the real world someday.
Maybe that's the issue. If I stuck it in the river, I'd know, wouldn't I?
Precisely, yeah. Bang on.
Thank you all the same.
Not a problem. Entertaining stories, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
So, John, you had prisoners' last death row meals.
That is the one.
Right, I'm going to sit back. I might interject once or twice.
Okay.
Poke some fun at you. Other than that, the stage is yours, pal.
Thank you. I've got stage fright.
Put your cock away.
Just pretend everyone's naked.
What was my thing I said last time? Oh, yeah. Pretend you're at the pub. That's the one.
Now I've got social anxiety.
Just hang up the call, mate.
Just
Let's call it a day. We're 47 minutes in. That'll do.
All right. So, dear listeners, I ask you, what would you choose for your last meal? It's a haunting question. And if you knew your next meal would be your last, what would you pick? And I guess while most of us never have to actually seriously consider it, those on death row have. So their final meal requests often reveal something personal or bizarre, or at least unexpected about them.
Oh, God.
Well, here's a little look at some of the most unusual and memorable ones recorded.
My first thought when you said that was, what if it was a cannibal who was getting,
Oh, God.
put to death? And he's like, right, what would you like your last meal to be? And he's like, well, I used to have this friend, Billy Stevenson, 2 doors down. Can I have him? It always looked a little delicious.
Medium rare.
Barbecue sauce on the base.
Don't overcook him. Slow roasted.
Yeah, as slow as you possibly can. If it takes you like 30 years to get him to perfect roastedness, that's fine. I've got 30 years.
Regular basting, please.
No, you can't.
Starting with Peter Curtin, and he was dubbed the Vampire of Dusseldorf. Oh. He was a German serial killer who was sentenced to death in 1931. For his last meal, he asked for a Wiener Schnitzel, fried potatoes, and a bottle of white wine.
Oh, very, very normal.
All okay.
Yeah.
But apparently then he also asked for more, to which he received a second helping.
Oh.
So
he's onto something there. 100 portions down. I'll have another one, please.
The execution wasn't required because he burst.
He ate himself to death.
But that really surprised me that they are allowed more helpings. Didn't know that.
I guess it would be a human rights thing, wouldn't it? Like, you can't say no.
I mean, I feel like they've squandered their human rights.
You know what? That is a discussion that we could have. It would probably be very serious and not on brand. So we'll scooch over the top of that. But, if they've got more and, they're about to die, then, I guess it would be on the prison officer to say, you know what, it, you can have another little... I mean, what is he going to do with it? Was he eyeing it up thinking, I'll take that home for my tea tonight?
Exactly
you
true.
bastard. Fine.
So I have to admit that a lot of these aren't particularly weird until you get a little bit towards the end.
Right.
I just find it fascinating. I think it's interesting that these people decide on these things as their last meal.
Yeah.
So we have Gary Gilmore, who, after committing 2 murders in Utah in 1976, Gilmore demanded to be executed and became the first person put to death in the US after the death penalty was reinstated.
Did he think it meant something else? Was he from like a different language upbringing or something? Did he think kill me meant set me free or something? I demand you kill me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a very good point. But either way, his last meal included 1 hamburger, hard-boiled eggs, 1 baked potato, several cups of coffee, and 3 shots of contraband Jack Daniels whiskey.
You wouldn't go for fucking boiled eggs, would you?
I know, exactly. You could have anything. If this is the last day on Earth, you can have whatever you want, is the idea. You wouldn't choose that, would you? A baked potato, boiled eggs? I mean, a hamburger, okay.
I would go for 1 of each burger from the Burger King menu.
Nice.
All the chips.
You need quite a few because they're fairly small portions.
Precise, yeah. Like, tell me about it. Have you put any thought into this as to what your last meal would be?
I think I'd just try and get a bit of everything.
What would you like, sir, as your last meal? 1 bit of everything.
You know, you try, I don't know, a bit of burgers. You'd get some barbecue stuff, wouldn't you? Like ribs and pulled pork. And then you might even have some Chinese stuff, some Indian stuff. Mm-hmm. All sorts.
And your dad.
Next, we have Alan Lee Davis, who was nicknamed Tiny. Davis was executed in 1999 for the murder of a pregnant woman.
Oh.
I know. His meal was 1 lobster tail, fried potatoes, half a pound of fried shrimp, 6 ounces of fried clams, half a loaf of garlic bread, and a litre of A&W root beer.
You know what, Jordan? With that, I'm on your side. I am firmly in the camp of fuck your choices, mate. You ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you part. What do you want for your last meal? Oh, yeah, I'll have, here's my list. Oh, good. Yeah, that's going straight in the bin. You're getting fuck all. Get in the chair.
Yeah.
Jump on my needle.
Oh, God. Is that what you say to your wife?
We like to do doctor's role play. Sharp pinch.
Oh, God. Next, we have Ted Bundy.
Oh,
yeah. So he was notorious for confessing to over 30 murders, and Bundy declined to choose a last meal.
Oh, thinks he's being fucking edgy. I bet he regretted that when he was in the chair. Like, I wish I just got a burger or something.
Yeah. So as a result, he was served the standard, which was a medium rare steak, eggs cooked over easy, hash browns, toast with butter and jelly, coffee, milk, and juice.
Don't give them an option. If they don't want anything, be like, fine, mate, yeah. Suck it up. Yeah, fuck all then.
I suppose. I just found it interesting that was the standard if someone doesn't choose.
Don't give them a buffet.
It's very true. We have also then Alton Coleman, who was an American serial killer, and he asked that his plate included fried chicken. Biscuits, which I think are the sort of savoury scone things.
Yeah.
And sweet potato pie. The main dish, however, a filet mignon, well done, smothered in mushrooms.
Oh.
And the only thing I took from that was that...
This guy is not a fun guy.
Yeah. Nice. Was that someone would say that overcooking a filet steak is a crime of its own.
See, right, this is something that my father-in-law and my wife often gang up on me on.
Oh, no.
Because they love their steaks. Right?
Right.
Every single time. I don't even bring it up. Every time they say something like, oh, yeah, do you want to come round for steak this weekend? But not that fucking dickhead. He's not getting any steak with his well done bullshit.
Oh, no, you don't have it well done, do you? You have it grey.
No, I like my food to be cooked through like a normal person. Like, you wouldn't have chicken medium rare or anything.
Yeah, that's because you'll die.
Exactly. It's just normal to just cook your food.
No, but red meats are fine.
I'm aware, right, that it's ground meat that you have to be worried about because that pushes all the contaminants into it, blah, 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 blah. Load of bollocks. I am not eating a fucking raw cow. In any capacity.
Just go to your next farmer's field and just take a bite out of one.
Exactly. You may as well be doing that. It's fucked up.
Oh, you see, you would never do it, I don't think. But I bet if you were given a blindfolded choice of 2 identical steaks as close as possibly could be, one's cooked sort of medium and one's cooked really well done, I think you would enjoy the medium more.
How? Why?
It's more succulent. It's like more melt in your mouth rather than chewy.
I wholeheartedly prefer it chewy. I will take a rubbery, well-cooked, crispy burnt, charred steak any day.
I like the steak black.
To be honest, I do like burnt food.
You
like
do?
when I go and have a barbecue at my parents' house, for example, if they cook the meat and, there's one bit that's extra fucking, like, just black charcoal.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is mine. Get in my mouth.
Nice.
I have to kick my mum out of the way of the barbecue. Just fucking jump on it. Like, rah, rah, rah.
Just dive in.
Yeah, don't even let it get to the plate. I love burnt food, so maybe it's just my preference. But I don't understand why it's become such a thing that people will be like, oh, God, you're not one of those, are you, that has a well-cooked steak? Like, who cares?
I mean, to be fair, you should be locked up now.
Well, for my last meal, I will take a well-cooked steak.
Oh, I love it, yeah. Next we have Ricky Ray Rector.
I didn't know where you were going to go with that surname there.
All this time I've been trying not to say rectum.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
He was an American convicted of murdering a police officer. Rector ordered steak, fried chicken, and pecan pie. He famously told the guards he was saving the pie for later when he didn't eat it.
Mate, you know what's happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, he never ate it.
You know what last meal means. Last meal of the day, right? Yeah, that too.
Like, ask the prison guards, like, oh, have you got a little fridge I can put this in?
Yeah.
It's going to go off. Next we have Troy Anthony Davis, and I sense a theme here because Davis was also an American who also was convicted of murdering a police officer, and also Davis declined his special last meal altogether, saying, this won't be my last meal.
Oh, right.
It was, in fact, his last meal. Wrong.
In fact, it wasn't. His breakfast was, because he didn't eat his last meal.
That's very true, yeah. Good point. I mean, technically, whatever he last ate was his last meal, so he had a last meal.
He did, yeah. He just didn't get to choose it. It's like prison gruel or something like that.
Then we have Odell Barnes, and despite being a convicted murderer, during the later stages of his legal appeals, human rights groups and anti-death penalty advocates raised questions about Barnes' murder conviction, leading to international media attention and diplomatic protests from the government of France. And, as a result, Barnes made no food request at all, and instead he asked for world peace, justice, and equality. But unfortunately, the prison kitchen couldn't serve that.
Amateurs.
So, yeah, I mean, that implying that that's a nice sentiment to end things on for him.
Yep.
When you're convicted of murder, I mean...
Yeah, it's hard to come back from that, really, isn't it?
So, last couple for you. We have Gary Carl Simmons Jr., a butcher by trade. Simmons was sentenced to death in 2012 after dismembering a body with his own butcher's knives and dumping the remains in a river. Lovely guy.
Ohio River?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'll get the Loveland Frogman to dispose of this for me.
His last meal was rather large in size, and it contained a Pizza Hut medium super supreme deep dish with extra mushrooms, onions, jalapenos, and pepperoni. Then a second pizza with 3 cheeses, olives, peppers, tomato, garlic, and sausage.
Nice.
Then 10 packs of Parmesan cheese, 10 packs of ranch dressing, a family-sized bag of Doritos, the nacho cheese flavour no less.
Ooh, delicious.
An 8-ounce or 220 grams of jalapeno nacho cheese, 4-ounce or 110 grams of sliced jalapenos,
Ugh.
2 strawberry milkshakes, a litre of cherry coke,
No.
and a super-sized order of McDonald's fries with ketchup and mayo, and finally 2 pints or 800 grams of strawberry ice cream.
Where's he going to fucking put all that?
See, my thought when I read that was like, that's just Big John's Thursday night takeaway order.
Stop calling me Big John.
Have you seen him on TikTok? It was Bosch Talk.
I have not, no, not at all.
Oh, you must. I'll have to send you a video. I mean, I'm a big guy, but when you think of Big John, Like, hey, that big guy.
Yeah.
And he, let's say, enjoys his food and makes that known. So his thing is where he'll ring the takeaway. Hey, up, it's Big John. They're like, oh, hi, Big John. Like, they know him on first name basis.
Yeah.
And he'll reel off about every single menu item. It would be quicker for him to say, give me everything but 43 and 26.
Okay.
It's so annoying because he ends every video with, Bosh.
Why?
As if it's like some sort of mighty feat of endurance that he's just done.
Right.
So anyway, reminds me of that.
Probably better to end it with, that was delicious, something relevant to the content.
Yeah. No, it's just literally bash. While he's doing that, he's got like his fist in the air, kind of shaking it. Bash.
Oh, I see.
A penultimate one, in a bit of a similar vein, we have Thomas J. Grasso, who was executed in 95 for strangling an elderly woman with Christmas tree lights.
Ooh.
His request was elaborate. 24 steamed mussels, 24 steamed clams, a Burger King double cheeseburger. You'd like that one.
I would. Fuck the clams, though.
If you prefer. 6 barbecue ribs. 6 barbecue ribs, 2 milkshakes, a tin of SpaghettiOs with meatballs,
Grim.
half a pumpkin pie, and strawberries with cream for dessert. However, the kitchen mistakenly gave him spaghetti instead of SpaghettiOs.
Oh.
So-
well, fuck him, right?
Yeah. His famous last words were, I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this.
And they didn't care.
And no one gave a shit. So, final one, which is the strangest of them all.
Right.
We have Victor Feguer, who was convicted of luring a doctor to his death, and he was hanged in 1963. His final request for a last meal? A single olive with the pit still in.
Yeah, he was planning some kind of elaborate escape with that, wasn't he? He was thinking, right, I'll go MacGyver style. I'll get the pip, I'll hide it under my tongue. When they're about to pull the switch, I'll spit it at him. It'll knock him out. He'll fall into the other guy. The curtain will shut. I'll make my escape.
Would it not have been better to ask for a massive birthday cake with a saw in it?
Oh, just a key. I'll have a key, please. The key to these handcuffs, actually, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So, missed a trick there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you have it. That is some of the legit last meals. Not particularly weird as such, but I just find it fascinating because I think it kind of gives us a bit of an insight into maybe what the people were like.
You know what? I was wondering, so I've been holding on to this little bit of knowledge, and I was wondering if you were going to bring it up. I don't know if it maybe come up in your research, but did you hear about that guy that ruined it for everyone?
Doesn't ring a bell.
So it was a prison inmate that ruined it. So because of him, they stopped doing the last meal thing.
Oh, what happened?
So there was a guy called Lawrence Russell Brewer who was a massive dickhead. He was convicted of murder and being a white supremacist gang member.
Right.
For his last meal, before his execution in 2011, he ordered 2 fried chicken steaks with gravy and sliced onions, a triple patty bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelette with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos, a bowl of fried okra with ketchup, 1 pound of barbecue meat with a half loaf of white bread, 3 fajitas, a meat lover's pizza, a pint of Bluebell vanilla ice cream, a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and 3 root beers. And then he didn't touch a single bite of it.
Ah, nice.
So, yeah, he ordered all of that food.
As if to prove a point.
Yeah, just to say, F you, I've made you spend money on me. I couldn't tell you what it was. But, yeah, after that, they were like, well, you know what? You just ruined it for everyone, mate. No one gets a last meal now. Well done.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bastard.
What a yeah.
And on that delicious note, I'll leave that there. So with that, Ian, if it came down to it, what would be your last meal?
See, I was going to go for the burgers,
right,
like I mentioned, but then because you were like, get a bit of this, bit of barbecue, I was like, yeah, there are a lot of other things that I really like. So if you were allowed to kind of go a little bit all over the shop, I'd actually just go for a bit of everything. All the bad stuff, pizza,
yeah,
burger, get a fucking big boy kebab in there or something. Probably alcohol. Are you allowed alcohol?
Guess so. I mean, people had wine.
That's true. Yeah, get a nice coffee. Just a ton of the worst food. Some barbecue ribs. Go Weatherspoons, mate. Get me a The surf and turf. I'll chuck away the surf, eat all that turf. Well done. It has to be well cooked, though.
Oh, God, of course.
Because if not, my last words will be, my steak was undercooked. I want the press to know this. And I'm sure everyone will be taking notes.
Of course. I mean, I suppose after all that food, though, imagine the heartburn. You'd be kind of longing to be dead.
Precisely, yeah. That's my plan. Just make myself not want to be of this earth anymore. So when they finally go to flick that switch, I'm like, oh, please, pal, take me out.
If you could get lots of alcohol, though, you'd maybe just save it until an hour before you're due to be ended.
Yep.
And then you'll kind of be totally out of it anyway.
Yeah, not even know. Or like you're stumbling down, being held up by two prison guards, and you're like, you know what? I love you guys. And they're like, he's not a bad guy after all. He loves you too. And then they orchestrate your escape.
Ah, yes, okay.
And then when you get out, turns out you didn't drink, it was all just one massive ruse, or you did drink and you're too drunk to stumble away. You've got hope, haven't you?
That's very true.
So thank you very much for that, Jordan.
You're most welcome.
Very interesting. A little look at the psychology of some of the world's most horriblest people. And by that, I mean you thinking up that content.
You're welcome. Bosh!
So, Jordan, with that, does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Nice! Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend into Burger King and say,
I want it burned.
you listen to Two Guys What's Up, or this is your last meal. And then, just stand over them. Or they just simply refuse to listen to Two Guys What's Up, and with a tear in their eye, they munch down that burger, knowing they are munching towards certain death. Because anyone would rather die than listen to us.
Totally true. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to have a smooching sesh with a Loveland frogman? Click the link.
Want to send us your last meal requests? Click the link.
And if you click that link, it will blast you off to our Patreon, which is the home of all of your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including merchandisers, shout-outs, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and froggy voices, well then now you can get more of each, because there are 22 bonus episodes now just sitting up there that come out on the last Friday of every single month. So if you want to get some more of that, just go over there, have a little click on that link, and you can get those bonus episodes for as little as £3 a month.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/Two Guys What's Up to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clicking. Oh, the legend.
But if you can't do that, but you'd still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best way to help us out, and it's completely free, and we would be forever grateful.
We would.
But on that note, thanks for listening, y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday! Rubik's Bye! That same night, Deputy Millard Halstead? What the fuck? That same night, Deputy...
Is he dead?
I don't think so.
Poor Hal.
Filed their official report. There we go. Has been spotted from Louisiana. Spotted from Louisiana.
From where?
That's because I'm trying to say one word, but it's not what's written. So I'm f***ing out. Hang on. Let me try again.